How do business leaders keep their company competitive in a world that just isn't slowing down? Technology and digital experiences continue to evolve, and business leaders are investing millions of dollars to create strategies to implement new technologies and ways of thinking. B2B companies are especially seeing this as they race to update their customer experiences by making it easier to find product information online, buy said products, and cement their reputation as a truly differentiated brand. The challenge, unfortunately, is years of technological debt and often the inability to truly show ROI on the aforementioned investments. So we're now in 2022. Why are we still talking about digital transformation? For me, transformation is something that should just be inherent in your work culture. Change, as they say, should be constant, with the only question being, what are we improving today? I'm Mousumi Behari, and I lead the digital transformation practice at Avionos. I've been in the consulting industry for several years, leading both CMS and e-commerce implementations for B2B and B2C companies. Let's discuss today how innovation, invigoration, and implementation will be the 3 I's that you should print above your desk, Ted Lasso style. So, the first one, innovation. We all know what this means. Yet, when you ask someone to explain this in the technology space, they immediately think of Steve Jobs or the iPhone. The truth is, innovation can be much smaller and a lot less risky. For B2B companies in particular, let's go to the customer first. What are they trying to accomplish on your digital experience? Are they able to order samples? Can they configure a product on your site? Are they able to reach and talk to a product engineer or a product manager with ease? What happens if they have a question? A simple method to think about innovation is think about the top 5 things you want the customer to be able to do on your site. Now try it. Was it seamless? Was it easy? What were the pain points? What was completely unacceptable? Use that research to fuel the innovation towards a better and differentiated experience. Never stop looking at what your competitors are doing and endeavor to do it better. In fact, Google's digital marketing evangelist, Avionos has what he calls the 70-20-10 rule. 70% is focus on all the things that are very core to your business. 20% push the boundaries. And 10% do that crazy stuff. This is where you're going to fail and fail often. But in those failures, you'll learn much more about your company and what works. Next, we have invigoration. We know the verb invigorate is to give strength or energy to something. In the last step, we discussed innovate. Now, let's give it some gravitas. If we look to the customer to help us drive innovation to meet their needs, we now need to look at the internal company operations to execute. From marketing to technology, is everyone aligned on the changes needed to execute the experience? This is where a lot of companies really struggle, as they fail to have the data that would show that positive ROI, given the technology and development spend. I have 2 things to say about this. First, you need to think about what the ask is, and is that a table stake? Now, what does a table stake mean? It really means a non-negotiable. For instance, product images are a non-negotiable at this point. An easy checkout is a non-negotiable. When it's something you have to stay relevant and competitive, the ROI becomes negligible because you just don't want to be a digital laggard. If you do need to prove ROI, think about the business goals. They could range from increasing revenue through the website to increasing brand recognition and conversions to gated content. With companies such as Kemet and Molex, we were able to deduce baseline numbers of where they needed to see an improvement if they followed through with the strategy. This allowed them to budget for the changes and invigorate the customer experience through not only an investment in technology, but an investment in hiring more roles to move to best in class. Lastly, now we know what to do with Innovate and Invigoration. we need to move to implementation. And this is where that agile methodology comes in. Gone are the days when the product owners were okay with waiting for 6 months to have something roll out to see a change. Most agile companies work in sprints to release new features and functionalities in a timely manner. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This agile methodology allows you to fail fast and fail forward. And again, what I mean by that is try new things. If it doesn't work, learn from it and design it better, and roll it out again. We're seeing companies come to us and ask us if they can roll out a new site in 6 months. The truth is, yes, you can, but you will need to have a focus. Focus on the MVP, or minimum viable product. Roll it out, and keep iterating on it to mature your digital capabilities. And there you have it. First, innovate to remain competitive and differentiated and focus on impact. Invigorate to keep your culture forward-thinking and to meet business objectives. And implement in an agile fashion, learning and bettering as you go. Thank you so much for watching, and if I can help you in any way, don't forget to click the link and contact Avionos. Thanks again. Bye-bye.